Hey guys, welcome to tonight's stream. And tonight we're going to have a relaxing one, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to try and find ourselves a new product. Now, what we need to do here is find something that is definitely going to be in our game, right? We don't want to do a we don't want to do one where it's going to be replaced. Right? So from that, what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at basically a production tree for Factorial. Now, as I said, we're not going to take it exactly from this, but it's going to give us an idea. And we can zoom in on this. Right, so I'll let you guys see this in a minute. Right. So, we've got, this is the one that we're kind of interested in. Iron ore, stone brick, stone furnace. Low density structures like a final. But let's see if we can find something that interests us. I suppose, well, actually there's 2 points to this. We want to find something that's going to be of interest to us. And we want something that I can actually model out quickly, if we can. Right, so let's see what we've got. Battery would be a plausible. So we'll keep that one in mind. Now we can always work on what actually makes these, right? And work on it from there. Let's see what else we've got. Got a railgun. There isn't a railgun in Factorial. At least there wasn't last time I played it. And that's not that long ago. Right. These were the last things that you basically needed. Rocket control unit was to basically fly a rocket. Well, thank you very much, AWP Alan. Right, so we've got our splitter already, so we don't need to worry about that. Right, but we need, I think a battery looks like it's going to be definitely an engine, but I'm not going to be able to model an engine in 5 minutes, that's for sure. In fact, I would practically say that I'm probably never going to be able to model an engine. So, let's work with that then, okay? So, let's see how long it takes us to go from nothing to a battery in the game, right? So, first things first, Blender. Okay, I'm going to go general. I'm going to delete that, delete that, delete the light. Then we're going to go with add an object. Right, and it's going to be a mesh. It's going to be a cylinder. right, and open that up. We'll go with 16 of them. Then we'll go for 0.25 radius, and since we're doing that, we got to go with 0.5 height. Cap fill, end gone, it's fine. Then we'll jump in and we shall move it up to here. Okay. Then we'll go to edit, faces. Right, and then we're going to inset faces, I would say. Inset faces. Right, and then we're going to do that. And then we're going to extrude that, pull that up, then that's a bit high, I'd say, so we shall move that, scale that down again to there. That'll do it. Then we shall do a shade smooth. Oh, got to be in object mode, select it, right click, shade smooth. Don't know if I like shade smooth on this or no, but we're going to take it. Right, so the next thing we do is we go to edit mode, then UV editing, then we're in edit mode, select all, then we're going to do UV, smart UV, set the tile in 0.02, go for it, then we're going to file, export FBX, and we're going to export it in a imports, products, and wait a minute, right, cancel that. We're going to make this easier for ourselves, right? So what we're going to do is we are going to add an edge loop here, then we're going to drag it up slightly to like maybe here, okay, and then we're going to go to face mode, and I can't remember which one it is. Yeah, but right, okay. So we're going to select these all the way around. I can't remember how you do edge select, so we'll just do it the old-fashioned way. Okay, as I said, this is going to be fairly simplistic. We're not going for anything super duper fancy or nothing. We'll do the inside of here as well, why not? Right, and the reason we're doing this is we're going to split it up into we're basically going to split it up so that we can do the materials, right? So we'll click on materials, new, and we'll call this, let's say, gold top, okay. absolutely not sponsored by any type of battery manufacturer whatsoever, but you might get the reference. Then we'll do this. As I said, this is just a block out, just to give us an idea, but it will give us another product in the game. Give us another idea. Right, so we've got that. We're going to add a new one. Okay, new. And we'll call this silver. If we can manage to spell it properly. Then we'll assign. And then all our bottom ones, we can basically assign them. It's probably a bit small, to be fair. Anyway. Right, so we'll basically add a new one. And we'll call this base. And we'll hit assign. Okay. Then we can hit A again. And that selects everything. We shall save as, and we'll put it into our Unreal project so that we know where it is in our imports, products, call it battery, save it as Blender file. Then what we're going to do is we're going to export it as an FBX. Again, we're going to do it in the exact same place, so that will be fine. Export that. We've done that. Close Blender. And then we open up Substance. Launch Substance. Okay, close that, then we do new, select, battery, open, okay that, and it should come up here. There we go. There's our lovely battery. Next thing we do is we come to here, we delete that layer. Then we come into here, make mesh, switch off ID, bake all texture sets. Right, and this is going to set us up for all our lovely textures now. And there we go, we're ready to go. Okay, so base is going to be black, so all we'll do here is we'll come in here, we're going to add a fill layer, and yeah, we don't want that. I think this one will do it actually. Right, this one will do. Right, we'll delete that. Right, now that's okay, but is it going to allow us to yeah, so all we actually basically need to do is put this to 0. There you go. Right, and then if we go to gold top, right, we can delete that. Right, and we don't want that. We don't really want a smart material at all. We just kind of want a brass. That one would do. Right, in fact that's not going to do because it's far too reflective. Although having said that, we can bang down the roughness and then we can kind of up that. Okay, we'll take that. Right, as I said, this is just a blocking out, so it doesn't really matter. So we'll go with that. And then finally, we can go in iron brushed for this, to be fair. Right, so let's see what we've got in that. Yeah, that'll do. How's about that for a battery? Not bad for 5 minutes, right? So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to export these textures. Right, so we go to configuration, then we're going to packed, which gives us our base color, our occlusion, roughness, metallic, and our normal. Go to export, select where we want to put it, and it's going to be in imports and products, and we can basically create a new folder, and then we can call it battery textures. Except there, then double click that, select folder and export. Okay, that. Right, so now we can either save this. I don't think it would bother saving that actually, because it's so easy to do, right? But the next thing is we're going to go to products, right? And we're going to create a new folder here, and we're going to call it battery. Then we're going to open that up. We're going to minimize this. And I do believe that this would have really made somebody very happy the other day, because they were complaining that I was going too slow, and this is just pure speed. Imports, products, right? So we now want battery. Drop it in here. Import all. So there we've got our 3 materials, right? And then the next thing, we go into here, and we go to battery textures. Then we basically copy these, and because there's absolutely zero we can drag this in here. There's actually zero normal map and all the rest of it on this, right? So what we could actually end up doing is basically just putting the base colors on it. Right, so on the base, we just get material, drag that out, delete that. Right, and then this is the base, isn't it? So base color, bang that on there. Right, then we can open up gold top. Right, delete that. Gold top base color. That can go in there. Save that. And then we can open our silver. Delete that. Bring in our silver base color. Drag that in there. This is maybe the one where we need a little bit of normal or other textures to a degree. Right, so we'll bang that onto normal. I mean, we can always add these other ones anyway. There's nothing to say that we can't actually add them later if it's not looking right, but the point is just to block this out and add a product in with a reasonable model that looks reasonably like what it should. Okay, so now we've done that, we should be able to open up the battery, and there we go. Pretty cool, huh? And what we really want to do is get this like so, and this is the next part of our problem here, which isn't really a problem at all, but we do that. Right, then what I do is I come into paint.net, and we know this is actually going to be 400 by 400, right, because that's kind of the size that we're using. So we'll say okay to that, then we'll paste that. Okay, and then what we'll do, image resize, then we'll say 400, 400, okay that. Now we're going to undo that, right, because what we're going to do first is we're going to delete round about the edge of this. That's perfect. And then what we're going to do is we're going to grab it, then we're going to cut it, then we're going to change the size of our image to 400 by 400. Okay, and then we're going to paste it back in. And then what we're going to do is we're going to scale it up. And then we're going to move it into the middle a bit. Okay. And there we go. So we'll file, save as. It's going in here. So we can call it battery. Save. Save. Okay. and we can close that down. And we can now get our battery and drop it into our images here. Then we double click it, change it to UI, save it, close that, right? And the next thing we need to do is we'll minimize this for now, and we go into recipes, okay, and e-items, and then in our e-items we add a new item. That's going to be battery. Save that. And then the next thing is we're going to go into DT items, and we're going to add a new one, and the new row is going to be battery. And it's going to be a battery, and its category is going to be fabricator because it's going to get made in a fabricator. Then the image is our brand new image, right? And our mesh is going to be our brand new mesh. Craft by hand, probably not actually. Is tradable, no. Value, let's say 3. We're not putting that in. Is placeable, no. And this, let's say, because it's gold, we'll make it that color there on our graph. And that's us. Right. Save that. And now the final thing, and the final step to having it in our game is in DT recipe. Okay, we basically add a new item, and it's going to be battery. Let's reselect battery. The image is battery. Process time is going to be 5, let's say. The input, we're just going to test it with iron sheet as usual. And we're going to need, let's say, 5. And the output is going to be a battery. And we're going to get 1. And it's going to be made in a fabricator. So we can save that. And that, my friends, is a new product, model created, textured. Not saying it's brilliant or anything, I'm just saying the basics, right? Textured, imported, and into our game in less than half an hour, which is pretty impressive. Right, so to prove the point, to prove the point that this has all worked, we can build that there, and here we're going to be doing that. Here, the only thing that we might have to do here is change the size, and you can see here our battery is available to build, so we can build our battery, which is all great and cool and working as expected. Okay, and we've got copper ore, so that's no good. We need bauxite. Okay, so off fly our drones. And that's another copper, which is fantastic. And we're waiting on our drones landing. Okay, this better be bauxite. Would you believe it? It's not. Okay, well in the meantime, while we're waiting on that, we can always just build out our production. Okay, and I believe this is copper as well, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, whatever. So, don't let me down this time. And this is the right thing. Right. This isn't available yet, but it will be in a minute. And we can basically do that, then plug it in there, then and then we can speed it up. Okay. Okay, we're getting stuff. So, oh, a doggone gift. Actually, you know what? This is wrong anyway, because I'm actually in the wrong map. But the problem, okay, before we go into any issues here, the problem is that these should be set to instance mesh, because my because the things on the conveyor belts are basically spawned as instance meshes for the purposes of speed and efficiency, then we have actually spawned these as meshes, and with that being the case, you need to set the materials to be usable by instance meshes, right? So the next thing we want to really do is basically go to maps and back to our main menu. We'll save everything. Okay, there we go. Then we continue and we can actually set this. Now our second, this miner is bauxite, I know that, right? So we can do that no problem, right? And all we do here is set this to the battery, and then basically I think the battery's actually a little bit too big. You might have noticed that, but we can swap that out in a minute as well. That's now set to that, which is good. And then we can now speed up. Okay. And here's our battery coming. And there we go. Perfect. It's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. We can now how come we can't click on our storage thing? There we go. So you can see there we've got our storage. Then we can basically move it all into there if we want. But there you go. Great. Okay. So what we could do is take a look at this again and see if there's any kind of like got explosives there, solid fuel. That's an interesting one actually, solid fuel. This iron plate is going down here again. And there's the copper cable. That's an interesting one. This is kind of at the let's have a look. We can certainly start kind of playing with this. Okay. The other one, of course, is satisfactory, which would be obviously give us a couple of ideas as well, even if we want to just riff on it. Let's see, production tree. Images. Because in actual fact, right, this is right, that can go back because we've just split that off, right? But this is the satisfactory one, right? And it's nowhere near as complicated as our satisfactory one. Now this is iron ingots, copper ingots, that is fuel, I believe. Yep, that's fuel. Then that is construction something or other, right? But you can see here there's actually not very many products, right? I'm pretty sure this is carapace, right, which you only can get off a monster, right? This is a rotor, and this is like I can't remember what it's called, to be fair, but this is like a engine or something like that. This is reinforced concrete. This is like iron. These are like high hardened iron pipes or something like that, right? Which I can't remember the names of now. These are just alternative recipes to these things, right? And this is the special wire, which I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it's kind of go faster wire. And this is your PCBs, which go into a computer, making a computer, right? And we actually already have a model for a computer, right? And on that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a quick break, comfort break, because I need it. So if you're watching and enjoying the stream, hit the like and subscribe, and I shall be back in 2 minutes. And also check out the description for Discord and stuff like that. Don't go anywhere. Okay, we are back, and sorry about that. Right, so that was basically us putting a battery onto the system, which came in at 30 minutes, and that was pretty good. So we liked that. We liked that indeed. Right, now we did find earlier on, we found a computer, right? But what we're going to do is we did have a couple of other things that we could use, right? So let's have a look, and I'm pretty sure it was under the scientific stuff, but I can't exactly remember. Let's have a look in here first. This is industrial, so I don't think it's going to be in here, right? So this is a bit of red herring. Although having said that, let's have a look at this. Right, because we could chop that up and make that just the engine. Right? We could export this to Blender, chop it all up, and then just make this the engine or something. Right? That's something we could do. But we'll close that for now anyway. And then we'll keep going. Now, storage house. Now, was it here? I'm not sure, but we're going to have to close this down and have a look anyway. Props. Alright, now, there is a couple of things here that we could use. Right, we're already using these for the ball bearings and stuff like that. Right, but yeah, there's a couple of things we could probably use in this. Fuse box, interesting. A lot of it's decals and stuff, but okay, whatever. Right, so no good to us really. Right, so it was the science lab, and that's the wrong one, right? I'm pretty sure it was in here. Right, those wires, although they were kind of sounded useful, kind of weren't as. Now this is what I was talking about, right? For like obviously that's actually not a computer, but we could, like, you could rename these as like a control unit or something. And that has got some sort of a, it's just this rack mount that's kind of annoying. Right, it's what we got here, nothing really. Here's all the panels. I'm sure there was a computer there, but obviously not. I could have used one of these as the battery. Then we've got the rooms, ceiling, doors, floor, lift, railing, ventilation, wall, windows. So none of them are going to be any good to us. We've got office props. Right, this is where the computer might be. Okay. Yeah, small PC. There it's there. Right. I'm just wondering how actually big this is. It's got a few shaders to go. But on the plus side, what we could do is we could add computer, save that, right, and then we can go to DT items, add, then we can say computer, right, and then we can say computer, then in a fabricator, image, oh, I haven't got an image of it. Right, well, we'll just call it PCB for now, right? SMPC, no, is tradable, value, let's say 10. We're not going to set that, is placeable, no. Then we're going to have a color for this, which might be like a bluey greeny type color. Save that. Next, we can go into here and add a new row, and then that's going to be computer, and that's going to be computer. We'll make that a PCB for now. Process time 5. We're going to set this up exactly the same way so that we can make it and test it. So it's going to take iron sheet. Obviously it's not going to take iron sheet in the end, but right, let's say we're going to need 10, and output is going to be a computer, and the output is going to be 1, and where it is made in, well, that's going to get deleted. It's going to be made in a fabricator. Okay, save that, and that is now actually ready to go. And in here, wonder what the front it looks like. Does look kind of grimy, to be honest. Right, our scroll speed is far too fast. Right, that's what's causing me the problem here. Right, it's not the best looking computer in the world, but it's going to do for now. So we'll do that. And that's going to give us that. And then we can go to here. Then new. Okay. paste it. And then, well, wait a minute. First thing we're going to do is delete around the edges. Right, so we're going to undo that because it's too strong. Okay. We delete that, delete that, delete that, and that, and that, and that. That. Okay, so we've nearly got all the edges. Okay, so we just need to go around the edges now and get some of these bigger. In fact, at this point, we can kind of do it like that. Then obviously like that. That. Like so. Like so. And if we go back to this, and to be fair, that should about do us, right? So the next thing we need to do is, wait a minute, right, that's fair enough. Right, we can grab this. Right, we need to go a tiny bit higher. Right, and we cut that. Right, and then we image, resize it. Then we go 400. 400, okay that, paste it, keep canvas size, then we basically scale this down, and leave it like that. Then we go File, Save As, and it's going to go in here, and it's going to be PC. No, it's not. It's going to be computer. Save, save. Close that down. Then we're going to come back to our images products, and then we're going to drag our computer in. Right, and it's going to be user interface 2D, save it, close it. And now what we can do is we can go into here and where is it? Oh, it's computer. Right, save that. Then we can come into recipe and we can actually just drop this in here. Save that. Right, now the one thing we need to check here though is the meshes. Right, so we're gonna have to go in here and double click this. And MI Office, we're going to open that. Then I believe we're going to have to go to here. And then mbase is going to have to be instanced. Already is. Okay, now the next part is I'm not too sure if this is going to be a relevant size for us either. Soon find out. Right, so we'll soon see. If indeed this is a relevant size. Okay. Right, we're going to hit our workers a bit so that we've actually got stuff coming along while we're building this out. Right, so we're going to be able to do this, and there we go. I'm not too sure what size this computer is going to be. We may need to export and import it again. Can speed this up a bit. Right. There's one. We're starting getting them regular. Okay, and there it goes. It's actually a bit on the small side. Well, yeah, that's looking good. And there we have computers. Right. So, as you can see, we've added PCBs, batteries, and computers. Right? Now, these aren't going to be available in the inventory because I can't build them yet. Right? Or I can't build a computer by hand. Right? Or I shouldn't be able to build a PC. But I can't build a battery. I should be able to build a PC by hand. I should just not be able to build a PC or a battery. That would make more sense. But I really need to go through these in a logical manner and work out what should be buildable by hand and what should be not buildable by hand. Right, but it's an interesting quandary. But it's working perfectly. The game is working so well. I can't believe it. As you can see, we're up to 7 computers. That's a strange thing. I didn't do it that time. I see how it slows down there. Interesting. I'm wondering if it's something to do. No. See, what I thought it was something to do is the instance mesh is being brought in. But it doesn't seem to be. It's interesting. Okay, with that in mind, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to call it for the night at that, and while I'm offline, I'm going to work on like the production line to see what products we need, what products we have, and then get some sort of a thing going where we can actually like have a concept of where the game's going, right? So with that, if you've watched the stream and enjoyed it, once again, like and subscribe, and check out the description for other links to other stuff I do. And I shall see you all tomorrow at 2 PM Central. Bye bye for now.